In Nigeria's business history, there are stories of entrepreneurs who built fortunes from trading, manufacturing, banking, and technology. But few stories are as remarkable as that of ABC Orjiako, a medical doctor who left the operating theater and entered one of the most difficult industries in the world, oil and gas. How does a surgeon become an oil magnate? How does a young man from Uli in Anambra State move from treating broken bones to controlling billions of dollars in energy assets? And what lessons can Africans learn from a man who successfully bridged medicine, entrepreneurship, finance, and energy? This is the extraordinary story of ABC Orjiako, the doctor who became an oil tycoon. According to records from Nnamdi Azikiwe University Business School and the Millikan Institute, Orjiako earned a medical degree, trained as an orthopedic surgeon, and later co-founded one of Nigeria's most successful indigenous oil companies, Seplat Energy. ABC Orjiako was born on October 2nd, 1960, in Calabar to parents from Umuchima, Uli, in present-day Anambra State. Though born in southern Nigeria's coastal region, his roots remained firmly planted in Igbo land. The year of his birth was significant. Nigeria had just attained independence. The country was full of hope, ambition, and promise. Yet within a decade, the Nigerian Civil War would reshape the future of millions of Igbo families. Growing up in post-war Nigeria meant learning resilience early. The young Orjiako witnessed firsthand how education could become a pathway out of hardship. Unlike many children who dreamed of wealth, power, or politics, he developed an interest in science and academics. Teachers quickly recognized his brilliance. Classmates remembered him as disciplined, focused, and unusually determined. This trait would later define his business career. At a time, nobody imagined that the young boy from Uli would someday become one of Africa's most influential indigenous energy entrepreneurs. Education became his first ladder to success. After excelling in secondary school, Orjiako gained admission into the University of Calabar to study medicine. Medicine is one of the most demanding professions in the world. It requires discipline, patience, analytical thinking, and years of sacrifice. Orjiako embraced the challenge. According to educational records, he graduated in 1985 with distinction and was regarded among the outstanding students in his class. But graduating from medical school was only the beginning. He proceeded for specialist training in orthopedic and trauma surgery. Eventually, he became a fellow of the West African College of Surgeons. His future appeared clear. He would become a successful surgeon. He would save lives. He would enjoy the respect associated with the medical profession. Yet, destiny had other plans. While practicing medicine, Orjiako observed something interesting. Many wealthy individuals were not necessarily the most educated, neither were they the most talented. Instead, they understood business opportunities. They understood ownership. They understood investment. This realization changed his thinking. Medicine taught him how to solve problems. Business taught him how to create wealth. Instead of seeing these as separate worlds, Orjiako began combining them. He started exploring opportunities outside healthcare. This was unusual. Most doctors focus exclusively on medical practice, but Orjiako possessed an entrepreneurial curiosity. He studied markets, he observed industries, he learned how capital moved, and he became fascinated by the energy sector. The Nigerian economy revolved around oil, yet indigenous participation remained limited. Foreign companies dominated production. Local entrepreneurs largely operated on the margins. To Orjiako, this represented opportunity. The oil industry is not a place where newcomers succeed easily. It requires enormous capital, technical expertise, political understanding, and patience. Yet, Orjiako was willing to learn. He gradually established interest in petroleum trading and energy-related businesses. Over time, he founded Sheba Exploration and Production Company. This would become the vehicle through which he entered upstream oil exploration. Many people questioned the move. Why would a surgeon enter oil and gas? Why leave a respected medical career? But Orjiako saw possibilities where others saw risk. He understood that Nigeria was entering a new phase. International oil companies were beginning to divest some onshore assets. This would create opportunities for indigenous firms. The challenge was positioning oneself before the opportunity arrived, and that is exactly what he did. The defining moment arrived in 2009. Orjiako Sheba Exploration partnered with Platform Petroleum, led by Austin Avro. Together, they created what would become Nigeria's greatest indigenous energy success stories, Seplat Energy. The timing was perfect. Global oil majors were restructuring, new opportunities were emerging, and indigenous companies were beginning to acquire strategic assets. Seplat was formed specifically to pursue these opportunities. Soon after its formation, the company acquired interest in major oil mining leases. This transformed Seplat from a startup into a serious player almost overnight. Orjiako became chairman. Austin Avro became managing director. Together, they created a powerful partnership, one focused on strategy and leadership, the other focused on operation and execution. The result was extraordinary growth. Success in oil and gas is measured by production, reserves, revenue, and operational excellence. Under Orjiako's leadership, Seplat expanded rapidly. The company increased production, acquired additional assets, developed gas infrastructure, and positioned itself as one of Nigeria's leading indigenous producers. What made Seplat different was its focus on gas. While many companies focus primarily on crude oil, Seplat invested heavily in natural gas processing. This decision would prove visionary. As Nigeria's electricity sector expanded, gas became increasingly important. Seplat supplied gas to power plants that helped support national electricity generation. The company was no longer simply producing oil, it was helping power Nigeria's future. In 2014, Seplat achieved something unprecedented. The company became the first Nigerian-owned company to secure a premium dual listing on both the Nigeria and London stock exchanges. This was more than a financial achievement. It was a statement. A Nigerian company had met global standards. International investors took notice. The listing raised hundreds of millions of dollars and became one of Africa's biggest corporate offerings of that era. For Orjiako, this represented validation. Years earlier, critics questioned whether a surgeon belonged in oil and gas. Now, he was leading a globally recognized energy company. The doctor had become an industry leader. The dream had become reality. As Seplat grew, so did Orjiako's influence. His business interests expanded across multiple sectors: energy, shipping, pharmaceuticals, construction, real estate, and investment services. This diversification reflected a broader philosophy. Wealth should not depend on one industry alone. Successful entrepreneurs build ecosystems. They create networks of businesses. They spread risk, and they leverage expertise across sectors. By the late 2010s, Orjiako had become one of Nigeria's most prominent indigenous businessmen. His journey demonstrated that professional training and entrepreneurship could coexist. One did not have to choose between knowledge and wealth. The two could reinforce each other. As Seplat expanded, international recognition followed. The company received numerous awards. Industry groups celebrated its achievements. Global organizations recognized its growth. Orjiako himself became a respected voice in Africa business circles. His success challenged traditional assumptions. Many believe doctors should remain doctors, engineers should remain engineers, lawyers should remain lawyers. Orjiako rejected such limitations. He demonstrated that expertise from one field could transfer into another. The analytical thinking required in surgery proved valuable in business. Risk assessment, decision making, problem solving, all translated remarkably well. No great business journey is free from challenges. The energy industry is highly competitive. Corporate leadership often involves disagreements. Governance disputes can emerge. Strategic differences can arise. Over the years, Orjiako faced legal, regulatory, and corporate challenges. Yet, such obstacles are common in billion-dollar industries. What matters is how leaders respond. Supporters argued his contributions to indigenous participation in Nigeria's oil industry remained undeniable. Critics scrutinized certain decisions, but few questioned his role in building Seplat into a major energy company. His legacy had already been established. In 2021, Orjiako announced his decision to step down as chairman of Seplat. The transition became effective in 2022. After more than a decade of leadership, he handed over to a new generation. Shareholders praised his contribution. Industry observers reflected on the company's transformation under his watch. From a startup formed in 2009, Seplat had evolved into one of Africa's most respected indigenous energy companies. The company continued growing even after his departure. That is often the ultimate test of leadership, not merely building an organization, but building one capable of thriving without you. What can young Africans learn from ABC Orjiako? First, education matters. His medical training laid the foundation for everything that followed. Second, careers are not prison. A doctor can become an entrepreneur. An engineer can become an investor. A teacher can become an innovator. Third, opportunity often exists where others see obstacles. When many Nigerians viewed oil and gas as inaccessible, Orjiako saw possibility. Fourth, partnership matters. Without strategic alliance and collaboration, Seplat might never have emerged. Finally, vision matters. Great entrepreneurs see tomorrow before others do. Orjiako saw the future of indigenous participation in Nigeria's energy industry long before it became fashionable. Today, his story remains one of the most fascinating examples of professional reinvention in modern Africa. From operating rooms to oil fields, from orthopedic surgery to energy exploration, from medicine to billions, the journey of Dr. ABC Orjiako proves that success is not always about following a straight path. Sometimes the most extraordinary destinations are reached by those willing to leave familiar roads behind. And that is why history will remember him, not simply as a doctor, not merely as a businessman, but as the doctor who became an oil tycoon. As the sun sets over the oil fields of the Niger Delta and the lights of opportunity begin to shine across Africa, one story continues to inspire a generation. The story of ABC Orjiako is not just about wealth. It is about vision. It is about courage. And above all, it is about transformation. From the quiet halls of medicine to the high-stakes world of global energy, he proved that your starting point does not define your destination. In a country where many are told to stay in their lane, he changed lanes and built a highway. And maybe, just maybe, his story is a reminder to you that the path you are on today is not the only path available to you. If this story inspired you, then this is your moment. Hit the like button. It helps more people discover powerful African stories like this. Subscribe to the channel for more deep cinematic documentaries on Nigeria's hidden giants. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. And in the comments, tell me, would you leave your profession to chase a bigger opportunity like Dr. Orjiako did? Because sometimes the biggest risk in life is not taking one.
Back in June 2009, Ambrose Brian Chukwueloka Orjiako, an orthopedic surgeon and serial entrepreneur, co-founded Seplat with Austin Avuru, a geologist and reputable player in the oil and gas sector. Seplat was formed as a special purpose vehicle to pursue upstream oil and gas opportunities in Nigeria, and in particular, divestment opportunities arising out of incumbent major international oil companies' portfolios.
We basically say that the successes we've had in the oil and gas industry is really anchored around the persons we've worked with, as well as the host community that we have been engaged with.
Seplat's strong local ties and commitment to the company's host communities have been intrinsically important to its success. The company has also been blessed by a dynamic and visionary leadership, and under the founding CEO, Mr. Austin Avuru, Seplat achieved phenomenal performance standards, a trend that is set to continue as Mr. Roger Brown takes over as Chief Executive.
When I was announced as the CEO, it was the proudest moment of my working career. A true honour, and the board, a very fine board, has trusted me with such a key role, and I will embrace it and take it on. The key point for us as a company is that we are very strong in Nigeria. We're leading the indigenous space with we have 8 assets today, and we're looking to put more projects on board and really cement our place in the country as a leading energy provider.
The first 10 years of Seplat could be described as a decade of distinction. Yet, the company is not resting on its laurels, and it's resolutely and passionately committed to even greater achievements in an unwavering pursuit of excellence.